I wanted to show you some of the slides from an analysis that I ran. I did a debt analysis for a couple that is considering refinancing, and I just wanted to show you what the results are. And remember, results are always very unique to the different attributes that households have of the income and the specific attributes of the different debts that they have. But in this particular scenario, what we're looking at is a $206,000 balance with 3 years into a 30-year mortgage. So they have 27 years left. Their current interest rate is 3.87, and they're thinking about possibly refinancing. And so I ran two scenarios for them, and I just wanted to show you that the impact of the debt elimination program is fantastic in either scenario for them. And taking a look here, the total interest in this red column that they're going to pay the bank back from this point forward on the bank's plan is $127,394. So when you add that to the $206,000 principal balance, the bank has them paying back $333,394 from this point forward. Where if they simply applied the debt elimination program, that would take their total interest payments down to $22,678 at an interest rate of 0.71%, saving them $104,716, getting them debt-free in 4.9 years, saving them 22.2 years off the back end of that loan, leaving them many, many years to create wealth instead of paying the bank for a total of 27 years. And then if we look at this next slide, this is what the scenario would look like if they refinanced that $206,000 balance and paid the $6,080 in closing costs to refinance. That would bring their interest rate down to 3.15%. The total amount that they would be repaying the bank at that point would be $328,395, of which $116,315 would be interest payments to the bank. And then if they applied the debt elimination program on top of that refinance, it would bring their total interest payments down to $19,043 for an effective interest rate of 0.58%. That is 0.58%, so below 1%, saving them $97,273 off the bank's plan. And then come with me down to the bottom, they'd be debt-free in 5 years, saving them a total of 25 years. And remember, this is assuming that they do the refinance, so they're resetting that debt clock to 30 years. So they have a few things to weigh here. Again, back to the original scenario, if they stayed in their current mortgage, they'd be debt-free in 4.9 years. They would not be paying the refinance cost of $6,080. So there's a few things that they can look at. Now, if they refinance, the one thing that you do want to consider is that in this scenario, they're paying about a little over $100 less a month on the refinance program, so then their cash flow is a little better. Either way, the debt elimination program changes the future course of their life by getting them debt-free in either 4.9 years if they stay on their current mortgage as it is, and in 5 years if they refinance and apply the debt elimination program. I'm going to show you a scenario now. This is applied to that current mortgage. If they stayed on that current mortgage, became debt-free in 4.9 years, that saved them 22.2 years off of the bank's current plan. And then if they were to put that money that they would have been paying in debt service for those 22.2 years, if they would put that money in a 1% interest building account, they would have over $1,200,000 in savings for themselves. So on the back end, you don't get back time, guys. So if they could be debt-free in 4.9 or 5 years, just think of what that sets their future up to be from a wealth building standpoint. And just to recap very quickly, this is what the scenario looks like if they were to stay in that current 30-year mortgage. They're 3 years into it. Their current interest rate is 3.88%. Over here, where you look at this red column, this is the current scenario if they stay on the bank's plan. They'll be paying an additional $127,000 in interest and fees, and they'll be debt-free in 27 years. If they just apply the debt elimination program, that brings it down to a total of $26,353 in interest, including the cost of the program. The interest savings is $104,000, $104,715 to be exact. They'll be debt-free in 4.9 years with the potential to save over $1 million after that because they're not paying the bank all those years. And the point is that the debt elimination program can change your life. I encourage you to ask for a free analysis. I work over Zoom, and there's no obligation to take a look at your numbers. Everything is based on your unique situation with the income coming into your home and all of the unique attributes of the mortgage that you have or the debt that you have. And this program will help you whether or not you have a mortgage. If you have any debt with interest associated, take a look at this program. Just ask for a free analysis.